Oh, that's right. It's gonna be more Pillars of Eternity, baby. Hang on as I check the options. Everything is let's disable this one because I think it is screwing me over. I hate the engagement thing. So I'll just explain it later, but now let's continue where we last left off, which was we had just beaten the final boss of Act 1. And he wasn't that big of a deal.
Got it.
Right. Your audio is good. Still as low as ever, I think. I may quickly make some adjustments. To minus 2.5 decibels. You might as well. Alright, that should be good. The music is yeah, the mixing for this game is not great. Alright, and then let's talk to the keeper.
I felt Mayor Wald's passing. You slew him.
I killed him, right? I killed him. Yeah, the old fool was barking mad. I did him a favor.
It saddens me to hear it. But part of me is grateful to no longer have to wait and worry in darkness. This place has always known its master, long as it's had one. It has a will all its own, which has little to do with the castle and much to do with the land it's built on. It looks to you as Mayor Wald's successor now, whether you care for it or not. A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed. But in the right hands, it could be so much more. If you had only seen it in its day. Will you stay?
Mayor Wald said I must go to the City of Defiance in search of the Queen. That was straight to the point. Was one of my own keep, even if it's a little cursed. What do I want with the ruin? The energy seems at all wants to drain from the air. It is your decision, of course. The keep knows you for its master all the same. Given time, it could be a place you would be proud of. It only needs a guiding hand. If you truly do mean to continue on, I should mention first that you'll find the road barred to you. Eastern Barricade collapsed decades ago, and Mayor Wald never got around to rebuilding it. The road here is a dead end. He got as far as gathering materials before his mind became preoccupied. I could make the arrangements to have it repaired if it is your will. When it ceased to be the previous master will, I will become powerless to do anything about it. For what am I but the master's instrument? It would take time, but far less than finding another route to Defiance Bay. So we just cannot go around. But as this serves as the tutorial for managing Caed Nua, because we basically get to we're the master now. His keep was cursed. Tell us about it. Mayor Wald's curse was his own, a watcher's curse, but his predecessors have not fared better. There is a presence within the keep, or rather far beneath it. At least such has been the conclusion drawn by all who have come to this place, for what spirits still linger in the endless path oft speak of a master below. Every effort to settle here has failed. From the time of our Edirn colonists onward, beasts rise from the endless paths until a new lord or lady is no more. Then one who dwells below, this master does not tolerate rivals, it seems. I have seen from time to time intrepid explorers descend to lay claim to what answers they can, but none return. This is the force which has kept Caed Nua a barren ruin, and robbed me of my hopes. Endless paths. That, my friend, is where I must go. Where we must go. If you will go with me, whatever devils lie beneath, think too what knowledge we will find. Perhaps this master speaks a Diran. But I'm not a master, but I'm not the master of Caed Nua. What are the endless paths? So yeah, it's a labyrinth built by... Well, it is complicated. Not really sure who it was built by, most likely the old predecessors. Ingwiffin's name slipped my mind there. Yeah, so built by Caed Nua, a powerful Ingwiffin. And just everything was just ruined. No one living knows how far down Talon stretch. A few who have ventured there have returned. There's much talk of riches and treasure. The promise of Ingwiffin relics alone has drawn many fortune seekers to their depths, I fear. Who is this master? I cannot say with any certainty. I believe it must be tied to the man said to have been the architect of the Endless Paths. The Ingwiffin tyrant Caed Nua, some claim his spirit endures, or at least has laid a curse upon the site. I cannot imagine much remains of his work, for the ruins have been here 1,000 years or more. But what's left is impressive. The Earl certainly thought so. You may have seen, while below, the hand of a great statue Caed Nua constructed. Perhaps it is a statue of Caed Nua himself. But I'm not the master of Caed Nua. Of course you are! The keep would have no other, but the Endless Paths are a different thing entirely. It is unfortunate, really, that they are so closely entwined. The master below is not dealt with. There will always be a threat to keep from within. I know it is much to take in, but if you would remain, you would be the lord of this place. Then I can only advise you to seek out this foe before it destroys you. I have other questions. Let's how to repair the Barkin. So they have the materials. And what you need to repair stuff is coin. Always coin and time. While there are many responsibilities involved in maintaining a keep, the extent of which you wish to get involved is entirely up to you, of course. So she's the manager, and we are the owner. And yeah, it gives us two things whenever we construct and get things for the keep. It's security and prestige. Oh, time to find this queen in the city of Defiance. So yeah, you must know this. You must know this queen you're looking for. Defiance Bay has no queen. The Mequins. I assume it's pronounced Mequins, or maybe it's Meswins. The Mequins of Aedir have not reigned here since the war. The only queen with any power there is Wurika. I am told they erected an exquisite temple in her honor there, but I was never able to see it. If you mean to go there, we can get started right away in repairing the Barracan. You need only tell me what you wish to do, and I will make the necessary arrangements. And they kept a ledger, and let's see the repairs. Then we will get underway at once. The steward's voice belies a giddy excitement. No, my lord, but this is but the first and least of great many undertakings to keep supported a great many buildings and servants for many years. If you should wish it, you can repair some of the outlying structures, and these will bring you wealth and recognition, drawing people to your service. And then, you know, it's defenses and all that. As long as you are the master here, we shall always be linked. You need not step upon these grounds to speak with me. Wherever your travels take you, you can make your will known to me. But if you but reach out. First the Barracan, which we just get for free. And then, look at all this. All of this gives you, so the crown is prestige, the lock is security. You can see both of them right here, and the more prestige you have, the more taxes you gather, I think, from, I don't know, maybe you get money each week. Security increases the money you get to keep. Is like it prevents bandit raids, and if you have low security, the bandits get a lot of gold, and so on. You should probably just spend some money on the main keep, which will be finished in 3 days. So it takes a while. Although, depending on your perspective. I'd speak to Kana.
I confess, I was hoping our meeting with Mayorwald would go a little differently. But then, you have gained an entire keep. I don't think I've seen anyone inherit land that quickly since Kyne the Younger read her father's will.
I did come to Dyrwood looking for a new home. There, see? The ships float yet. This might be good news in the end. Whatever else happens, you have an entire castle to explore, and answers yet to come in Defiance Bay, if Mayorwald spoke true.
It will give you a base from which to go searching at least. And then, there are secrets beneath the keep yet. With you at the helm, it should be easier to explore the endless paths.
Oh, that was... Thank you for the chat. You can speak more to Keeper, but for now... So I'm going cruel, stoic, and aggressive. Why not? Oh, I was gonna look up before I started playing. I was gonna look up where we get our next companion. Just get just to fill in that last 6th spot. But I didn't. Another thing while I'm contemplating what to do next is that I installed the mods that I had running on my previous playthroughs. So now Arcane Veil is modal, which means it's like always active. Mostly, I mean, it's very cheesy because this is very strong. That's like plus 50. So
Following
it
your
is next to cheating.
Hey,
There is a reason behind
Yeah.
all of these weird... Whoa. Let's just talk to the steward. Oops. What is the state of the keep? Alright. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Another mod I installed is one that increases the level cap. And apparently it also lets you equip helmets on godlikes. I will see. If I ever do that, it may be because it's, you know, the game gets difficult and I'm not exactly the best gamer. And, the hard mode, some enemies, because I'm, you know, not that great at the game, some encounters, like some of the really endgame encounters against, you know, certain enemies, huge enemies, are, not pretty...
just like your breeches, scholar lad.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. I said nothing.
I don't think I've ever heard that one. But yeah, since the endgame encounters are really difficult, there are ways to like get around it. However, when you change the, like say, decrease the difficulty, the thing is, if you decrease from like hard to normal or to easy, like even you have to do it before you get into a new area. So like only the enemies don't just level down or become easier if there are enemies left here. And I go down to easy, they are gonna be the same. So I had some trouble with that when I was playing. And I had to like get around some hurdles with mods. Mostly because I just wanted to see the end of the stories, the plots, the quests. Oh, yeah, definitely cheesy. Let's talk to Alf. Alf seems lost in thought. He flinches when you draw near, sucking a sharp breath through his
What
teeth.
can I do for you?
You start by explaining what's going on.
I wish I could. But as to walking memories and the old man who can no longer distinguish them from reality, I fear I'm at a loss. And if Meerwald is to be believed, it would seem you've an uncertain future ahead.
I don't know what to think. It was out of his mind. There's no point in speculating now. This monster. There's no point in speculating now.
Perhaps Defiance Bay holds the answers we need.
I want to discuss something. Tell me about Edir. I've been gone for more than a year now. I suspect I will always think of the forests and fields of Edir as home. We have thousands of years of history and traditions behind us, and there is a sense of dignity and responsibility that comes with that. Of course, there's baggage as well. Our imperial past is still fresh in the minds of many, as you may have noticed here. Has it been difficult to adjust to the reboot? People here are informal, hot-blooded. His mouth twists into a wry smirk. More attentive to insults than to duty, but as long as one avoids provocation, it is easy enough to get along. He steeples his fingers. I've gotten accustomed enough to keeping my thoughts to myself anyway. How long were you in the Gilded Whale? So now you get to notice that dialogue, not all dialogue is voiced. So I'm unsure how much of this I'm going to read out, because it's going to take a while. I mean, that may not be a problem, but I think it would just boosts the playtime significantly if I'm gonna read everything. As I think I've explained in previous streams. And not much longer than you. As you saw, it was hardly the haven that has been advertised. Any thoughts on what I should do next? Yeah, go to Defiance Bay. With all haste. And then let's talk to Adar.
That old watcher. I don't know what I expected, but it sure wasn't that.
Said you had some things you wanted to ask him?
Nah, it's kind of embarrassing now. I just got a dumb idea in my head is all. Don't know why I thought it'd work. It's funny. That's probably the first thing I got my hopes up for in, I don't know, years. At least I got that out of it.
What was it?
All right. Guess fair is fair, and you did bring me to see him. Those rumors back in Gilded Vale about my brother, Woden, about how he'd turned against us and fought for Widewind. Been on my mind for some time now. The thing about Woden was, he always knew what was right, and that's what he'd do. One day he set out to fight for Dyrwood against a man claiming to be our god. So I knew that's what I had to do too. It was right. But hearing claims that he'd died fighting for Rayed Saris, that got me worried. Not that he'd chosen the wrong side, but that I had. Didn't seem right what Widewind had in store, but if he really was Aethys...
Oh.
I thought, maybe this old Watcher would know how my brother died. So I could see if it was true. Like he could, I don't know, read it in my soul or something. Use our connection. Told you it was dumb.
So some of these things I just cannot bring myself to do is to shit talk the companions. Well, probably Durance. But I'd say most of our companions are mostly sympathetic. Don't think it quite works that way.
Of course, I knew the truth deep down. Watcher's not psychic. I think I just had this idea, and the idea made me feel a certain way, and I didn't want to lose that.
Really, if I wanted to find out about my brother, I wouldn't be starting with Watchers. I would have been starting with the records. Be prepared that there are no records of your brother's death. Wouldn't be any worse off then, would I? Adair thinks for a moment, his lips twisted to one side, he raises his eyebrows. If there was anything written down about it, they'd have it in Defiance Bay. They have an archive at the palace.
You've done a lot for me already, but if you could see fit to pay that archive a visit with me, well, you know. Knowing my luck, the records clerk will go crazy and try to kill me. I'd feel better with you in there with me.
Who else can we speak to? Durance? Maybe Durance has some wise words for us right now? Oh, I felt your eyes on me. Now come the words. I want you to leave. I have
If
some
doubts
questions.
and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door.
So, the thing about Durance is this very atypical party member. If you want to finish his quest line. So you gotta speak to him and speak to him and speak to him. Unlike the other party members who ask you to do like, hey, can we go here and do this? Durance is like, no, you just speak to him. Why were we supposed to meet? The why of it is why you're a watcher, he snorts. A watcher runs 2 rows of why. For me, it's more a matter of what. There was a time when I would not have spared a thought for your words, or even bothered with you. But now, seeking out watchers is what I do, to put the truth to them. See which of the 2 ways they bend. He smiles slightly, taunting. And what 2 ways are those? Either you're a dry field in need of a harvest burning, he frowns for a moment, his eyes flat. Or you're lost in darkness. Either way, you can see differently from others. Gives you a half smile, then his tone becomes accusing. I can tell by the way you notice the staff, first off. Not many can see it at first, nor the etchings or the flames. But your eyes. He stares at you almost eagerly, nodding. Your eyes trace the path, that I could see. Which are you, a dry field or lost in darkness? Durance's face tenses. The day we don't trade that question back and forth is the day our paths no longer needs to be joined. And the trial. Durance's staff clenches his staff. The trial is done. So you don't know either, you're putting me on trial then? Spare me your judgments, neither of us needs them. Yeah, spare me your judgments. Your spirit needs them, and if you walk this nation spinning lies, it only adds to the flames. You know this nation is diseased. Don't need to be a watcher to see it in the children, the politics, and the men that stalk the roads with knives in hands and murder in their eyes. This land needs life, again. New seeds planted in the burning soil. His voice drops, mocking, and his eyes narrow. And something tells me you can see the path to making that future happen, Watcher. Your kind always does. So then, you need to make sure you see truly now. This nation, its people don't need any more lies blinding them, nor do I. You test a truth. You don't blindly accept it, oh yeah? And how do you plan to test me? Sharing the road, of course. One truth to match another. Matching each other's pace, keeping rhythm. Other priests can keep their teachings and rantings. For my faith, my teachings, sharing the road is simple, hard truth. His smile widens and his hands tap against his waist. Once, then twice. And when you knock one truth against the leg of another, why, both legs stand firm. But now if you strike at the knee with the same force, his smile dies, his eyes narrow. Why then you make a cripple with but one leg to stand on? You won't find my truth lacking. Is that why you carry that staff? Is that why I... Durance is about to laugh another volley of words, blinks, then rolls his eyes back and laughs deeply. Laughter coming until it seems the air will run out of his lungs, until it seems forced. Perhaps your words are worth listening to, Watcher. He frowns, any trace of humor gone. The truth will win out. Keep pace and we will see. So if I ask him anything else, he might just cut us off and be like, we can talk another time.
The cost of troubling me seems to worry you little.
He's like, whenever you talk to him, Durance always goes, why do you bother? Yet he still allows us to, like, you know, talk to him. So, it is, you know, why is he so annoyed when he could not engage with us? But, you know, that's him. Let's talk about some religion. Since we have just gone through a whole Hollowborn thing, let's talk about that.
That's a curse that runs deeper. It's a godhammer of a different sort. And like the godhammer, it was made by men's hands.
All things have a price. Left unchecked, faithlessness, virtues, it leaves marks on souls. Until souls don't have enough strength to enter bodies that are pure. Animancers, ciphers, all who play games with fabrics of souls are to blame for the barren field they leave behind. Durance glares at you. Even Watchers can do the same. Some simply watch, others try to weave souls, guide them as surely as Whitewind across Evander. The verb? He turns away. That is why I correct the Hollowborn when I find them, the ones whose hands have led to this seed being spilled on the ground. Correct the Hollowborn?
There are fewer souls. There are more vessels. It is simply equaling of the process.
Isn't that immoral? I think he knows it's murder, so doesn't it bother you?
I feel more remorse in putting down a slathering hound. A wict? Less than a mongrel in its misery. Murder is a kindness, not a crime. Always has been. I would sooner put the blade to those who are to blame instead. If any spirit should be punished, it's theirs.
And who's to blame? The fields of the Durwood are filled with weakness, ripe for all those who play with souls, minds. His face wrinkles in a frown. Animancers and their kind, Watchers too. They bear more of the burden than their victims, and more of the punishment. Every year has seen a new crime, and the Saints' War, the Hollowborn, and the Salvation. There is no proof Watchers are to blame. Well, I'm not sure how I would know that, but let's just say it anyway. Or I guess we could infer that, I mean, we aren't a Watcher until recently, so it's kind of obvious that there is no proof. There are few who can shape a soul in such fashion, Durance stares at you. And any Watcher, any true Watcher born in the Dur would be able to see the crime even if they did not cause it. Silence itself is damning. Why don't you end away then?
Murder you? I would not grant you any of them. The mercy I grant the Hollowborn. You would not be deserving of it.
So this is basically Durance's conversation and dialogue. You just argue with them and, you know. You'd equate murder with mercy?
Murder is an old word. Mercy is letting a soul fly free to the next body. True punishment? Ruining someone to their soul. Crack their spirit like you would crack their skulls with a staff. Beat them. Hurt them in mind and body, so their souls become shards. But you leave it inside the vessel, like a bag of glass, to either choke on it or pass it through their bloody stool.
funny he would say that, because I think at this point we don't, as a watcher, we don't really know, we aren't really sure how we work the whole watcher thing. Or maybe we do, I guess, on how you interpret or play your character.
Then, leave it in the body to think on it, like planting a new field with the right seed.
Sounds like you committed it to memory.
Many marks may I make upon your flesh, but flame leaves marks that cannot heal. Magran doctrine dictates true punishment is one that remains in memory, in the soul, in the flesh. Even should the victims die, slowly or swift, sometimes by their own hand afterwards, the lesson lingers, burned in their flesh.
He is pretty obsessed with fire, if you couldn't tell. Well, that seems harsh.
Have you seen a man branded by flame? He remembers it always, in every waking movement. It is a lesson writ in the only ink and vellum that matters, blood and flesh. One can burn the soul as well. It is an art, and I do not take pleasure in it, but there is more at stake here than forgiveness. Many of Aethys's faith were punished in the purges following the Saints' War, and the ones that harmed children, they suffered worse.
Funny would say one can burn the soul as well. We'll find out more about that, I guess. What do you mean?
We did what must be done. Wherever they were rooted out, their souls reclaimed. And if they couldn't be reclaimed, we ensured they would never inhabit another body.
There's a thing we will later experience, but like souls in this world again are things that we can actively claim, change, destroy, or guide. And you know, that's kind of worrying, because if you as a you will just, you know, cease to exist even after death. Because in this game, you know, it's pretty clear that you can reincarnate, not just as like a human or a dwarf, but as like an animal. And let's see if he will let us continue to talk to him. Okay. Let's talk to him about the Hollowborn and the Godhammer.
Aethys was the god of rebirth, and his light does not fall on the Deerwood. I've heard some claim it's his doing, his death. It's closed the halls to new souls. I doubt it. The Hollowborn have their roots in the acts of men, women. I feel it.
Yeah, so he doubts, I think. Yeah, so he doubts that Aethys's destruction is the cause of the Hollowborn. Don't keep talking me. I may have extended type bowl for each question. Enough questions for now. Let's camp. Or let's travel onwards.
Sure.
So that's how the whole Durance thing works. You ask him some questions to talk to him, and then he says, "No, shut up. Let's keep moving." And then you gotta rest. Also, this kind of sucks since we don't have any. New upgrades. We cannot just rest here without using camping supplies. Yeah. Because this card new has some pretty good resting bonuses. But you gotta repair parts first. But, you know, you will usually have enough money to keep up repairs. Okay. What should we do aside from moving on? Woodend Plains, sure. I also want to go, before we go to Defiance Bay, the city, I'm gonna go back a little bit and finish up a few of the quests that we have. I'm pretty sure we find
I shall
another
be quiet
companion
as a
here.
calm sea,
But we'll see.
which is not very quiet.
Also, now the keybinds are completely screwed up. If I try to select
Hey,
a
how may I
dare
help?
with like number 2 on my keyboard, it selects well, it's
Hey,
okay, I think I got it figured out.
Following your lead.
Alright,
Huh?
good news. So you can rebind the 1 through 6 party selection thing by
Yeah.
holding, it's like an RTS. You can like hold control 1 with members selected, and you can give them a new designation. I did know that, actually. Shut up, Carl, in chat. These are my keybinds. There are many like it, but these ones are mine. Whoa, is this troll? Whoa, how do I... Oh yeah, you can... Another thing. You cannot select creatures
Sure.
to like get their stats instead. Their stats are on the upper left. Who said I was in chat? Said by Carl in chat. That's a good one. You're funny. Also, these guys, the Poegma, or however you pronounce it, they are... No, we're not gonna bother. Gonna keep on
Yeah?
going. Also, Carl in chat. How you doing? You doing good? Year of our Lord, the Father, the Holy Son. You're tired? Why are you tired though?
Hush, Itumak. We'll just wait a little longer.
Oh, it's me? Oh, I'm good. I guess I'm actually I can relate because I've been feeling really tired as well this last couple of weeks. But I'm just cool like that, you know. Cool, Carl. I'm cool that you're cool. Here's our 6th member, or 7th if you count the giant wolf. A dwarven woman dressed in skins and hides leans against the road marker. Her face is turned down, her eyes darkened by thick stripes of face paint. She's sharpening a bone arrowhead with a scrimshaw-handled knife. Her attention, however, is focused on a bear figurine between her feet. A large, white-furred fox stands at her heels looking up at your approach. It's easy, just take off your tattoos. It's easy. I guess, actually, it is face paint. But I always thought it was tattoo, though. Like a bandana tattoo.
Easy,
Like a-
Itumak. It's not him.
Like a robber's mask. Who are you?
Short version? I'm looking for a very, very old friend. I'm not sure what skin he's wearing now, but I'll know him when I see him.
Ain't that a hard place to tattoo? I'm sure there are people out there who have done it. What about the girl who tattooed the American flag on her face? And then a couple of weeks passed or something, and it was a big deal on the internet. And then, a while passed, and then she said, like, oh, I regret taking that tattoo on my face. Oh, God, no shit. Can I help you find him? Your friend is supposed to meet you here?
That's what I heard. Of course, the man who told me so was carrying a staff he claimed was made from dragon bone, but I know Whitewood when I see it. That should have been my first clue, but I had to try something.
If you burn your face, are you burning the American flag or just the face? I think you got bit. You know what? Let's not get onto the subject of burning faces. Back up. Does this stranger have something to do with your friend? Try something. What exactly? Yeah. Try something. What exactly are you talking about?
The long version. Here we go. I'm from an island to the far south called Nasitak. I came here looking for a village elder, a man we knew as Persok. I'm a hunter back home, so tracking someone wouldn't normally be a problem. But Persoc's trail is cold, to say the least.
Ah, interesting. So Traka. All right. Well, that's an interesting. That's an interesting point. But she can't be cremated unless they okay with burning the flag. So here's the thing, though. You know what they say about you should never let the flag hit the ground. You don't soil the flag with the ground. So when you like hoist or take down the flag, it's not supposed to touch the ground. So what if you tattoo your entire body with, like, say you live in America and you tattoo your entire body, and then you say, I want to be cremated when I die. And they're like, nope, can't do that because that means we burn the American flag. So yeah, you got a point. Where does the what's the limit here? Will the cremators be arrested? Like, and then this is getting very meta. Why can't you find them? There can't be many of your people in the Deerwood. So yeah, Sagani's a dwarf, and she's from like Arctic South. All right, yeah, you got a solution. They're gonna have to remove the skin first. So if anyone has flags tattooed to their body, they gotta remove the skin first. There is obviously no other way. How long have you been looking for Persoc? Her painted brows lower and her compact muscular frame sags for an instant. 5 years. Why can't you find him? He died when I was still a young girl. Forget to mention that part, did I? I'm looking for his latest reincarnation, which could be anyone. Oh, that's great. So she's basically looking for anyone. Yeah, have a good toilet break. Oh. It's always being classy in chat.
That about sums it up.
So I've been searching 5 years for a stranger you barely know who could be anyone. Sounds like a waste of time.
Feels like it some days. Especially when I can't get so much as a flicker out of that thing.
How does that statuette figure into it? She does the figurine on trousers and raises it in her small flat palm. It's carved in the shape of a bear, smooth and round. Polished Audra is worn to a dull mat along its arched back and ovoid haunches. A soft glow emanates from within.
Cute, isn't it? It belonged to Persoc. Before he returned to the wheel, he left a splinter of his soul in it. Something to help us find him later.
As she holds it out to you, you feel a wisp of sensation. Not what memories, but traces of someone. Here's the thing, I don't think in these games, I don't think it's entirely explained how the hell people split or shed like a piece of their soul and like put it into Audra. I can only imagine that process is not easy unless you are an animancer or someone who knows a lot about the metaphysical nature of souls in this world. And let's look into this soul.
When I left Nasitak, it was completely dark inside. But as I've gotten closer to Persoc, it's glowed steadily brighter. Since I've reached the Deerwood, however, it's gotten hard to read. Some days it flickers and goes dark. Others it shines nice and bright, for a few hours. But most of the time it looks just like this.
Apparently this thing tracks or reacts to Persoc's presence. So think about why it flickers every now and then. Maybe it's broken. She laughs softly. Even Skan would not be that cruel. How do you pronounce that? Skan or Skane? I think it's Skane. It's working, I'm sure of it. It's just not as precise as I hoped. Even so, she squints at it, looking doubtful. Persoc could be farther away still. She shakes her head. I spent a year circling the area, thinking the same thing. Got as far south as Ozaya, and as far north as Fleetbreaker Castle. and I realized the figurine was going dark again. Same thing happened when I trekked through the White March and circled the base to the west. So she has basically... yeah, she's close to Persak. I could take a look at it.
I've heard that one before. Whole reason I'm standing here is because some so-called watcher from Forkvale told me he could take a look. For a few golden dukes, of course. I was on my way out of the Balmarsh when I heard talk of a traveling mystic who could supposedly see souls. I knew it was a long shot, but what did I have to lose? I went to see this fellow and gave him the Audra figurine. He made a big show of moaning and rolling his eyes, and after I'd given him 5 golden dukes to lift the shroud, he told me to seek the crossroads in the field between the Wolf's Lair and the twining trees.
Hello, Ethno-Man in chat. Welcome to some heavy dialogue. So, Sagani. In retrospect, see if you know the story of Sagani. She was not really misled. What is the Wolf's Lair? Defiance Bay. Local call it the current Duke's Wolf's Grin. Wolf Grin. Sounds like he'd be fun to drink with. Is the Twinning Trees a real place? You mean the Twin Elms? I haven't been there yet, but I hear they're especially memorable trees.
He thought he was being vague, but I know the area well enough to recognize that he meant this place, right between Defiance Bay and Twin Elms. I had a bad taste in my mouth, but my coin was spent and I'd already left an arrow in his knapsack as a friendly warning. Told him I'd come back and leave him with another if it turned out he was giving me the runaround. I've been here a week now. Guess he had the last laugh after all.
You could still go after that false watcher. Geez, what's that here? I was mostly trying to scare him. I wouldn't really kill a man over a few gold pieces. I don't have that much use for coin anyway. Besides, knowing his type, he cleared out of town by now and spent whatever he made. What if I'm Persak? Not to disappoint you, but there's no chance this thing would glow like a torch. She wiggles the figurine. May I see it?
Why?
But why not?
Fine. But if you try to run, just remember that my arrows are faster.
She hands you the figurine, her chapped knuckles grazing her hand. She watches you examine it, wary but curious. You raise the outer bear, turning it to the light as your eyes catch a tiny, glinting scratch. The scenery around you melts away. You're standing on a cliff, overlooking the water, seeing through through eyes that aren't yours. You catch the musk of a beast among the fresh scent of vegetation, and your heart beats a little faster. You have to watch your step around here. Up here. You look down just long enough to see the sharp, pale cliffs drop into the water hundreds of feet below you. I see a vision of cliffs high over the water. Does that sound familiar? I've got it. He's standing on the cliff.
What are you talking about? What just happened?
I'm a watcher. She blinks at you a few times, calculating. I know this sounds strange, but it's the truth.
You realize I've got no coin to give you, even if I did believe you.
So yeah, here's like you can just say goodbye and not take her with us, but she's a good companion, so why not? Come with me, I've got other business in the area. We can look for Persak on the way.
And if this is your idea of a joke, you may be stuck with me for a while. Lead the way.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Now we can
Ready,
level
Watcher.
her up. So Sagani's a ranger. And they are, she's just gonna make her the ranged DPS, but you can mostly just outfit all characters to be melee or ranged or whatever. And rangers get a companion, which is for Sagani, it's the wolf. Let's increase the R of our fox. Dwarves in this game look weird. How can you say that? I mean, she looks like a dwarf. What is another game that had some strange interpretation of elves? I think it was Divinity series. Like elves are like really skinny and tall, and they have like what looks like rib cages, like really strange rib cages. So for Sagani, we just want to level up stealth and survival. Strange that she looks like a midget when she is in fact... Wait a second. I guess there's a difference between midget and dwarf, isn't there? Or am I being wrong? So we can give Sagani a modal thing. One that is increased damage and accuracy. Another one that is attack speed. You might as well take attack speed. I like that the most. Maybe I'm just used to... Okay, so the one thing about this game, I think some of the 3D models they don't exactly match the artwork. Like it doesn't... The 3D models don't do the rest of the game justice. The second game does better. Oh, wait a second, swift aim, yeah. It just gives us more accuracy to swift aim. Oh yeah, this game is not great when it comes to 3D models. I think her 3D model looks okay, but other 3D models are obviously low texture or low poly. Which one do I want now? Faithful. Yeah, sneak attack is good. More damage is always good, but we gotta be smart about it, you know.
Sure.
Okay, well we've gotten our we gotten our 6th companion. Let's bind Itamak to 7.
I'm here.
Let's actually check out her gear. She has a nice bow and a fine dagger and hatchet. We might as well... We're just gonna... She's just gonna keep all of this. I'm not entirely... I live a very boring life, so most of my companions just do... you know, I don't do much exciting things with the companions. Like, Adair will always be a tank and so on. Let's go to Gilded Whale and rest up there. What is one more day and 18 hours in this... in the adventuring life? Also, I don't wanna use up another resting equipment, resting supplies, camp supplies, whatever, for getting rid of, for healing and all that.
Welcome.
Like a room. More mechanics, why not? And now, I thought the game crashed. Like on my cursor, suddenly would not respond. But it's working. Now we're gonna finish up the quest we have in the destroyed church. Well, we could have finished it long ago, it's kind of a pain to do with 3 characters.
Keeping an eye out.
Yes. Here's this guy. So, I think we cleared out this area. Yeah. But this room, though. Oh, Sagani wants to talk. This is important. Sagani draws up beside you, her fox following at her heels, and takes a seat next to you. Oh, we're kind of stealthing right now, Sagani.
Even if you are putting one over on me, it's nice to have a hunting party again.
You've been searching for Persak for 5 years.
5 years for me. Must be 30-something for Ichimak.
What is happening to the stream? What is happening right now? Is it crapping itself? Never mind. It is working. It's my computer that I'm observing the stream on. It seemed like, yeah, it was bugging out. That must be exhausting.
It's been a long hunt. A long time away from my family. Before, I'd crossed the tundra of Nasitok following caribou herds. I didn't want to leave Kalu and our children, but I was eager to visit lands my people rarely do. But 5 years without finding him. It's like 2 hours of necking. I'm ready to be done with it.
Why do you want to find him, though?
Soul recovery is an old village tradition. We call it the Tarnek Ilitsak. Once in a generation, we seek the soul of a much respected and long dead village elder. We tell him what's changed in the village, how people remember him. The only other Tarnek Ilitsak during my lifetime happened when I was a girl, not long after Persak died. We feasted on blubber and fermented milk for a week, and we honored the chosen huntress as a hero.
Fermented milk.
Then she left, and we returned to our duties. We still sang her name to the skies during festival season, but we otherwise didn't speak of her.
People often forget what isn't in front of them. I think of that frequently.
It's not being forgotten by my village that troubles me. But sometimes I wonder how my husband and children remember me. If they think of me often.
That must be difficult. Just the most neutral response.
Still, there's no point in dwelling on it. More often I find myself wondering whether Persak will remember us. You claim to see souls. What do you think? Do you remember your past lives?
I don't want to talk about it. Oh, that's in fragments. Really, what's it like? It's strange, it's uncomfortable, it's frustrating. Parts that I like and don't like. Like again, sometimes you have very neutral responses. Frustrating. I only wish I knew more. She sits back. I don't envy you. Guess I'm lucky I don't have to worry about someone else's past life.
Makes me wonder what Persak remembers about our village. Or if a turn at the wheel has yanked the details out of his mind like it does for most of us.
Has your village changed much? What would you tell him about your village?
Masuk is probably much the same as it was 100 years ago. We live between tundra and frozen forests, and the land takes as much as it gives. But our hardships bring us together. And the elders truly unite us. They keep the stories of past generations, and they guide us from season to season, through good years and lean.
Itamak brushes against her hip and she scratches his head. Recently, there have been a lot of good years. Mount says we've had a few clashes with neighboring villages, thanks to the hunting territories that Persak helped establish. In bad years, we rely on trade with merchants that pass our shores. We exchange walrus tusks and seal pelts for grains that last us the hard winters. Persak brokered us a lot of those agreements too. She holds up the bear figurine. He got this one from one of the Alma ships that used to trade with us. Sounds like Itmak did a lot. Wouldn't a lot of these developments have happened anyway?
It's the duty of an elder to lead according to the needs and wishes of the village, so who knows?
Sounds like you're on a hunt of your own. You're feeling the thrill of the chase, or ready for this to be over. I'm enjoying the adventure. Running around like this keeps me from what matters to me. I'd been hoping to settle down. I know what you mean. She rises and stretches, looking around. We got darkness on our side. Shall we move on? Yeah, let's.
My eyes are peeled.
Oh. Everyone, just not stealthed. Everyone, close your eyes. Let's see. I think what's left here is a couple of enemies. Not here. Down here it was. Oh, can't forget about the formations. Oh, why am I having such a hard time? There we go.
Yeah?
So yeah, Itamak is a melee based pet. And it's gonna work for its bread. Aggressive.
Ready, Watcher.
Let's see if we can actually.
Dead on!
Okay, well I guess everyone is dead. Skuldar King. Holy shit, Adair is like having massive troubles. See if we can actually have him survive. Why is Adair taking so much damage though? What am I doing wrong?
It's not very helpful.
It's not even slowing it down.
Can't get a good shot.
That one Skuldar just... What is it doing? Also, this Skuldar King is... What is up with that?
Brave Dalfilathilim.
Yeah, I think I played this game through its completion, like, whoa, what's happening? Through the completion, like, 3 times? No, 2 times. This is my 3rd playthrough. Spirit. A haze fills the air, coalescing, settling to a blur of dust and mist. It gathers into the outline of what appears to be a dwarf, a shimmering echo that fades in and out of sight. But stronger than sight is the sense within you of a powerful energy. It roils and seethes with a grief that seems to spill into your own thoughts, tainting them until the sorrow is your own. Like a crashing wave, the energy surges towards you and into you, and suddenly you are elsewhere. Before you is a brightly lit stone corridor lined with torches and gleaming crystals. You're running, your footsteps... You are running, your footsteps echoing off the stone around you. You forgot to tie your sandals, and they're slipping from your feet. Following your steps, you are late. Again, the ride is going to begin without you. You hear the tolling of a bell. Your spirits lift as you recognize the familiar warped tone of the right hand, representing the first of the dawn stars to appear in the night sky, the last to fade in the dawn light. You pray fiercely that this is the first of the chimes and not the last. The light fades, as does the memory, and when your eyes clear, the spirit is gone. You alright? Look like you almost lost your footing for a minute. Happens from time to time. Yeah, feels like that when I see into the ether. She watches you quietly. Really are a watcher, aren't you? Once in a great many generations, one of my people is born with the ability to speak to souls. Usually such individuals become elders, or a lone set of tracks in the snow. She cocks her head. I would have thought my journey would have been easier if I could see what you see. But looking at you, I'm not so sure. This gift is a curse. Believe it or not, I once would have rejoiced to know I've been picked to travel far in search of something great. But even these gifts come with a cost, don't they? Forgive me if I was a little skeptical of your abilities before. I can't say I've met a real watcher before. I don't worry about him, he just likes doing that from time to time. Seems to cheer him up, so I just let him. Once I've seen it a few times, the shock wears off. Every time he goes a little strange to the face, I try to see if I can hear anything. Donna grins. It hasn't worked so far. See if you can get him to tell you what the spirit said. I've done it twice and it struck me on my third playthrough that there isn't a lot of choices of quests in this game, honestly.
Got it.
Like, money. Like, there aren't enough quests, or there aren't enough choices in the quests. Like, because there should have been more diverging paths, perhaps?
I shall...
Is that what you mean? My first playthrough was when the game was released, so... and I thought the game was extremely... was actually quite long. And when I played this game the second time, like... it was a short while ago. And then I played through the White March stories. And I thought they were great. And I also thought that made the game really long. Not enough quests, nor enough choices, in your opinion. Yeah. I think, like, I'm still not sure what to really think about. I think some quests are like, maybe it's just best to do it this way always. Yeah, close the door. Exactly what I wanted to do. Like, there are also like some choices I just can't bring myself to do.
All right.
Like,
then.
you know, the one quest later in Twin Elms, there are like two people who want you to. One guy wants to like, hey, do this thing for me, and it's like the most cruel thing in the world. And you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. And then you get another choice, which is, hey, don't do this, but do another thing, which is like equally, like I would say it is still pretty nasty thing to do. So sometimes it's like you as your character, it's like, maybe it's better to just not get involved. It's like an interesting facet of this game.
Yeah?
Maybe the world is better off without getting involved. Also, I'm hesitating about this place because it is terrible. But since I'm level massive, it should be okay. Oh, watch this. Adair takes no damage. Yeah, some choices are very evil, but you know, you don't have to...
Can't get a good shot with this.
Again, I would say your character's choice to get involved is also something that you gotta deal with. But again, if you're on the first playthrough, maybe that is like, well, I never wanted this in the first place, so maybe when you play it again, you go, you know what, I'm not gonna get involved.
Let's go!
It's like the kid. I guess I can spoil this one. But you have the... Where am I going?
Let's go! Let's go!
Such as
All right.
Itmak has not blocked the entirety
Leave it
of
to
this
me.
place. There's that kid in Defiance Bay who asks you, hey, I want a dagger. Like, I love, like,
Can't get a good shot with this.
March steel daggers. And your character, you can just decide like, yeah, I got you, kid. I'll get you the knife. And then you do that, and you just find out that the kid just got himself massively injured. And it is, I mean, so yeah, when I played through the second time, I was like, no, fuck this kid. I know what's gonna happen. Like, he, and besides, you have to, I think you spend a lot of money doing that as well. So, you know, also, what just happened? Who's attacking me? Oh, devils follow me. Oh, yeah. Endurance is stunned. Chant some more, motherfucker. Yeah. Are we killing this thing easily? Yeah, that's good. Interesting, I had a lot of trouble with those guys. But again, that was just my character, Adair, and Aleph. Let's see if this cloak we picked up can serve us. Which character should have will? Actually, let's worry about that later. Let's just give it to Fana.
Yeah?
Guess I'll, as we get more into, like later into this game, we'll figure out just how much we want to get involved. For this playthrough, I just figured this character is very, you know, doesn't really matter. He, I guess maybe he wants to get paid. Like an apathetic character is probably the right word to use.
No problem.
Holy shit. Just noticed that. Endurance takes a lot of damage. Oh yeah, I played the second game. I really like it. But when I played, it was buggy, it seemed. Also, damn.
Very helpful.
Yeah, why am I using that one? These guys are immune to shock. My character's getting damaged. Right. Okay, so who do you want to kill? Should attack just one target.
Can't get a good shot.
So the second game is... The combat in this game is like... You have per rest abilities and then you have per encounter abilities. The second game
Got it.
is like almost exclusively you have just a lot of per encounter abilities. And I like that more than this one. I think that's... Like, that is very subjective, like whether you would like. So, every attack misses this goddamn thing. But I like the per encounter focus. Also, I played a little bit with the new mode they added, where you play turn-based. I'm not sure, I really like the real-time aspect. But I do think the way they handled the turn-based system was great. What did I... Oh yeah, it's the water. I believe it's been so long since I played this particular part of the game, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to find. Case of points. There's a bunch of ghosts. Well, we're doing better.
Huh?
We're doing a lot more
I'm here.
damage. So
Ready, Watcher.
I'm curious about the accuracy of Sagani, which is 48. Maybe I'm not sure about the meta aspects. If her accuracy should be higher or lower. Actually, let's not swap weapons this time. Let's just go in dry. If I'm allowed to say that. Open salvo.
Brave.
Get the fuck back. Also, my character loves to use first level Cypher spells. I know I can change that. But I just wish there was a way to make it less micromanaging. Because you only have a couple of presets.
Brave thou Filad Filim.
Also, I never use this one, because use per rest abilities, I don't trust the AI. Actually, let's change it to defensive, and let's see if that makes my life easier. Eophation Prayer. I'm not gonna pick up any books. Let's go to that. Crumpled notes. Letters intact. Jester. I know the temple bath boasts great healing properties and that your back ails you still. Still, I would ask that if you are to indulge for greater part of the day, you give over your key to the sanctum to someone else for safekeeping. That's the first time we have been forced to wait to perform the day's rites. Reastrix. Obriga is far too below. Often too far below to hear our knocking. Just, gotta find a key. Also, I keep...
Sure.
Puddles are not the worst enemy in the game, but they're damn close. Also, they are gunning for poor Durance. But he's okay. One thing that I started doing when my second playthrough was a monk, and I just gave that character the best armor. Because it doesn't matter if the armor's recovery is slow. It'll always overcome. Alright, so what is this? These faces. Okay. Okay, so that's where I want to go. Oh shit. Man, keep constructed. If we don't actually have any more money. To do anything other than Bright Hollow. So let's restore that. Ciphers are scary. They're like, I think the developers have tried to balance that or like nerf them several times. But even so, I still find them to be really good.
No problem.
Okay, so we want to kill the Phantom. I'm positive that's the scariest enemy so far. Let's do something else. Let's just try and get the Phantom. There's one aspect of this game is that the combat music gets a little bit... Where did it go? Combat music gets a little bit repetitive. Also, Adair's combat, no damage reduction is not... It doesn't do great against ranged attacks, I
I have them.
But there are some really good tracks in both games that are really
I'm
good.
10.
Yeah, keep blocking everyone, guys. Actually, they can get through. That was okay. I particularly like the Kadnua theme. It sounds like the Shire theme.
I'll see what I
I've
can
said
find.
this on like previous streams, I think. There's like one part in Kadnua that sounds like the Shire. The second game has a lot of good tracks that I just listen to casually. This game, not so much. They're like very specific tracks. Oh, White March has incredible tracks. Those I can listen to. Also, this smells of an ambush. Let's get the hidden item first. The Adair Empire. Yeah, let's read all of this some other time.
There, done.
One pry bar and a flail. Alright, now let's talk to this spirit. Lost spirit. The light rises from the bones as you approach. You have a moment to register the faintest image of a standing figure. Features a blur of mist or smoke before the world tilts. It is as you step sideways into a new life. You are racing down a flight of stairs, following a weaving circle of torchlight. Your own panting breaths are loud in your ears. Panic and your ropes alike foul your steps. You nearly stumble before a hand reaches out to grip your arms and steady you. A fellow acolyte who smiles encouragement as you reach the bottom. You run around and past a shallow reflection pool that marks the lowest point of the temple, following the dark shapes of the older priests as they lead the way towards the narrow hall that leads to the vault. You pass one of the torchbearers as you go. The harsh illuminations of the flames reveal a familiar face. For a moment your awareness spans time and identity. You think Vertan has joined you. Here at the bottom of the temple, in the memory, he glances at you for a moment, then looks past at someone else. I'll come back once they're gone, he's saying. You're being pressed along by the crowd. And his words are glowing faintly. Just keep quiet, you can't take any chances. Inside the vault, golden relics gleam like welcoming stars. Well, we already knew Vertan, as is very much affiliated with these people, so... Memory twists, jarring you loose from one moment and plunging you into another like a flung doll. There is only darkness around you now. You think yourself blinded until the knowledge settles onto you like a cloak. The candles have all burnt away. You know now too, with a sick certainty, that nobody is coming. There's a cracking noise somewhere to your left, a wet, slurping gurgle and a ragged sob. You cannot see, and so you cannot know which brother or sister has fallen, and which digs after what water a body may provide. You hear in a faint murmuring to your right the familiar cadence of a prayer, but you no longer recognize the words. You're too tired to do harm. The thirst is like a fire within you. Your tongue is thick in your throat. Every breath is a struggle that leeches strength from you. There is a light, they say, at the end of every bout of darkness, but this one does not end. Spirit releases you, and you come back to yourself in pieces. Your vision clears, and the world around you is revealed once more. Cast in mute hue is basically illumination of the soul, still drifting like a fading fog. Fear wafts over the spirit in waves, fraying at your own emotions. What's there to be afraid of? You're already dead. Get away from me, I've had enough of you. Say nothing. The spirit seems to withdrawn into itself. You sense less of its fear and confusion as it recedes, but the soul lingers still. No matter how many times is you staring off at nothing, it doesn't get any less weird. Gather the remains. Spend a few moments gathering up what you can find of the bones and the priests. It proves a heavy and gruesome burden, but you manage to recover them all. Right, let's gather some bones. We got the bones. So, I don't remember, but how long ago was this full-on assault on this temple? It must have been years. Like years ago. I guess whenever Vertan decided that he wanted to, like... Oh, fuck. Fucking scholars. Whenever Vertan decided to, like... 15 years? I guess... I guess we'll hear from Vertan what exactly is what exactly happened. Also, this requires some planning.
Ready, Watcher.
Great.
Got an arrow for this one.
This, oh my god. And I
Up to
immediately
alarm.
go down. Let's cast some spells.
You, but I'm slowly dying of poison. This thing isn't doing the... job.
Damage resistance, why not?
Dead on!
Okay, fuck that. Damage reduction for fire or godlikes. I think it's just fire godlikes that have it. Are these guys resistant to frost? I don't think so. I really, my character really shouldn't be in the
This
front
thing
lines.
isn't doing the job.
Starting to notice more and more. They fucking killed Itzmak just about instantly. Also, Aleph is about to die. But he can't really... Oh, he can disengage.
Shot with this.
And he's going like... completely the wrong way. Easy. Well, now we know we can deal with 6 Scalders. Oh shit, that's right. In my last playthrough, I didn't find this helmet. So I was like, where the hell, where is this helmet? And I thought I made like a different decision. Like I thought you get it from a quest and I thought I missed out on like that quest. But no, that helm was right here. Yeah, he's... Adair can
Got
take
it.
that. I guess that's everything. I am looking forward to getting into the expansion content again, like White March. That is, well... As you step over the circle of candles, hear a rattling clunk from the wall nearby. A door slides open with a grinding rasp of stone. Interesting. Yeah, hidden hideout. Hidden wall. Candles flicker gently as you approach. There's a gap at the altar lined with broken glass, where a mirror may have once been set into the
The
wall.
candles are still burning. Not bad for a dead god.
What's all this for?
Redemption. And they got this whole right for when you come of age. They take you by the hand and you descend through the temple with your eyes covered, and that's supposed to be like a wicked life. They don't tell you where you're going. I was sweating like crazy when I did mine. They take you to that reflecting pool back there, and you're allowed to look at it so you can face your sins. Then, you come out into this room, and You uncover your eyes again and everyone's there to greet you, all your friends and family. It's like you've been redeemed. You light your candle, and it burns with the others. Never had a feeling better than that my whole life.
It's like a really scary twist to like christening. Except it's like fucking lead you down a dark corridor and you don't know what the fuck is going on.
The candles are still burning.
Whoa.
Not bad for a dead god.
Let's try snuff one. You pinch out to you reach out to pinch from the burning wicks. Smoke rises in a fume trail from the candle. Nothing else happens.
They made him strong enough to survive time, but not thoughtlessness, looks like.
Yeah?
Yeah, screw the candles. When do you go to the White March? Is it level locked? I think at some point after one of the acts, maybe like after the second act, you get a quest to like go and check it out.
Huh?
It was nice to see
but
those candles still burning. I figured they'd have gone out by now.
But I don't remember. Just generally, while I like the combat in this game, that's not really why I enjoyed the expansion. I think everything was just like the combat was okay, but everything else was just really great. Like just uncovering what the hell happened at the fort was just a great experience. Like part one of everything, uncovering the mystery was all pretty good.
Gods keep you.
You were down there a while. Did you find anything? You lied to me. Let's see. Hand over the bundle of remains. Yeah. Color drains from Verton's face. He takes the bundle from you with a trembling hand. You found them, then. He stares down at the bones. I found more than bones. Is this what you wanted? You mentioned a reward. Oh yeah, the story in the DLC is way better than the main story, and the companions are pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, the companions are so cool. Like, Devil of Karak, like she has a great story. Like, even if you get like the morality of everything or like what's right and wrong. The story of the monk companion, like it's all pretty good. It's all good stuff. I was actually pretty little bit disappointed in myself that I missed out on the DLC for such a long time. Isn't this what you wanted? Of course, it's just a little bit of a shock seeing them. I knew them once. I found more than bones. Something valuable, I mean? You can keep whatever you found. I don't want any of it. Nobody's been down there below since Redix people have no interest in efficient goods, is my point. They won't miss whatever you take. If you have one reason I shouldn't cut your throat here and now, yeah, let's tell them that. Wait, I don't know how could you? Yeah, so he has not figured out yet that we know what he's been doing. Look, I didn't kill them. Right up until the end, You don't understand, I tried to help them. I did, every day, every single day. I went to that temple, I warned them, and I told them they were playing with fire, and Raedric wouldn't be patient forever. And every time they'd shrug it off, like I don't know what I was talking about. Like it wasn't costing me, coming in and trying to help them. I could have been arrested right alongside them. You worked for Raedric, you bastard. You're thinking you say bleak laugh. Yes, but not anymore. It's been a long time since I've held a blade. He hesitates. I knew what was coming. It was their own damn stupidity that kept them in there. I couldn't understand. Every warning I gave, they ignored. Reykjavik. She said they'd be reborn anyhow, so it didn't matter, he grimaces. So she got what she wanted. Her martyrdom. Radric ordered us to round them up, lock them in the cells. I convinced them to hide, at least. They have that vault full of old relics, gold and such. I thought they could hide in there, and once the guards left, they'd have something to sell for passage out of their wood, back to Edir. But when I told the men that the priest had already gone, they ordered the temple sealed, and I couldn't get in. There was nothing I could do. Edir's eyes are wide and disbelieving. Nothing you could do but tell someone. Get the town together, organize a rescue. I'd have dug them out of my own hands if I had known. There were some of the last decent folk left in this hole. Now all I've got left is people like you. Seems like those priests brought it on themselves. They were fools, and it cost them. Maybe too much. I told you the way of it, Bertan says. His voice rough. I told you what happened. I guess it's your turn now to make a decision. What decision? Ever see in the Gilded Well again? You're a dead man. You're a coward. Give me the money. I mean, it is kind of telling that our reputation with Gilded Whale is reduced if we kill this guy. Whether that is the game. It's hinting a little bit at what it thinks is good or whatever. I just want the money. What? Bertan looks stunned briefly before he shakes himself into action. Of course, here. Takes a coin purse from his belt and shoves it at you. Oh, if we had more resolve, I guess we could demand more money.
Sure.
Okay, excellent. That is one quest done. And we get a neat helmet. And a cloak, I guess. Out of the whole deal. Well, that wasn't too bad, except the fact that our main character has really low endurance. Excuse me as I look at our armor. Maybe I should just equip. Actually, scale armor is the best I've got. Aside from the mail. Or the Brigandine, but we're gonna hit so slow though. Thanks for the follow. That's really kind. What is our experience right now? Oh, we are close to leveling. I usually play a mix of games. So I'm also really inconsistent with streaming, but
Greetings.
you know, I try to at least stream a little bit per day in the evenings. At least in the evenings for me. I guess we lose our... yeah, I want resolve. There is one thing I want to do in the expansion. It's like the very first thing. After you fight off the quote-unquote enemies, you gotta like rescue someone. And when I first played through that part, I was like, you can rescue the two people stuck in a burning building, and it's like, I wanna rescue both of these people. So how do I do that? And I spent like 30 minutes trying and be recrafting, so to say, like finding out a way to get to save both of those guys. But man, it was not working. I couldn't figure out what the hell to do. Don't I have something else here? Those are the Saurips. I know it's possible. I just know I read online, just like on like comments on the wiki or whatever, that like rescuing those two people is difficult, and you yeah, you need a lot of like stat bonuses, or just like you gotta be gunning for that event from the moment you start up the game. Let's see, Ranga, Durance. So Raedric, the whole Raedric quest is gonna be later. Mirwald? Wait a second, what? Alright, those are the ruins of Caed-Nua. Let's go to the coast. Clear out that little area. Yeah, this should be it.
I shall be quiet.
See, everyone has their guns. Yeah.
Sure.
Or guns, bows, and ranged weapons. Okay, so one thing I noticed is that the skirmishers are terrible. As in, they need to die quickly. The champions are pretty bad, but I think the skirmishers they're the worst. I think they like paralyze you or something. Whoa! How did it disengage from? You are targeting the wrong one. But I get the champion. The priest also needs to die second. Okay, magic missile. Okay, that's better than the last time. The last time killing the priest was like, oh my god, it takes forever. Who's my favorite companion out of all of them? Let's see. I mean, that's... Durance is just a fun guy overall, but it's like really, I guess the right word, kind of be like toxic. But he's not my favorite. But he's an incredibly interesting and entertaining companion. Adair is more wholesome, but he's not my favorite. Alof is also pretty cool, but you know, he doesn't have a lot to say. I wish they have done more with Adair and Alof. Not like in terms of quests maybe, but maybe like just conversations. Kana has a really good voice actor, I think. Oh man, his voice actor is in a lot of stuff, but he's not my favorite. Zagani is pretty cool. She's a very strong and powerful character, like damage-wise, but not my favorite. Then you have the druid, who I forget the name of. What's his name again? Hang on as I quickly Google this. Google all the... I'm actually just gonna Google all the companions. Iravias? You got it. I think he is my favorite. He has a lot of good comments and conversations with the other characters. Has like incredibly funny talks, and I like his quest line. The grieving, I'm just looking at the the whole list of companions. The grieving mother has an increase, like the grieving mother, she's just so sad. That is like a tragic goddamn story and character. But I mean, they are all pretty good. But Sawa and the Devil of Karak, they're up there. They are a close second and third. The barbarian from the expansion, like Manaham, Banana. She's pretty cool as well, but I think she might just be one of the weaker ones. If only because I don't really know a lot.
No problem.
But we'll see. Once I get to the expansion, I'll try to pay more attention. Let's see. Look at this champion. He really is a champion. Okay, so that was this one. Good. Give me
Time to see.
a
and not
moment
be
as
seen.
I use Steam to find all the hidden stashes. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of good hidden items just around here. There's one inside the cave. We don't need the stealth right now, I'm pretty sure. Let's talk to the Ranga first.
Welcome.
Why can't we have a Saurip companion though? That's the real question. They're all dead. Right, so we get some potions for trouble, and she's gonna need one more ingredient, which we've already dealt with the sporelings, so will you have another third favor for me? This is what I need to make the potion for Afra. If you don't wish to help, then I cannot do anything about that, can I?
Hail,
but I have the
traveler.
spores. Yeah, there we go. I was just... Shouldn't take long. Yeah, you see up there? We like lost 262 copper to like bandits. So the more security we have, at least I'm pretty sure that's what determines how successful bandit raids are on your taxes. Take this to Afra. Tell her to drink it before bed. Tell her to eat more fish and cheese, and the potion will sustain a healthy appetite, grant her strength. See, she is a rather frail woman from what I remember. So, people are like definitely afraid of having hollow-born children, and this mixture, I mean, it's now kind of obvious that, you know, what does this potion actually do? What is this, you know, what are we giving this woman? So, I thought this was a cure. I taint the ailments of the body, and I cannot cure the affliction of the soul. Certainly not one inflicted by the gods. Blanca crosses her arms. I have explained many times. People will believe what they want. So I let her believe. Perhaps that will help. Faith is a powerful thing. In the meantime, she'll feel more improved. Much improved. And if her child should not be claimed by the legacy, then it will be born healthy. That I will promise. You're nothing but a damn charlatan. Again, here is like... I mean, really, who are we to, like, judge? I mean, we can judge a little bit, but still. We should be leveling up real soon. I guess, I mean, I know later when we talk to Afra, we can tell her, like, hey, you know, this isn't gonna cure the Hollowborn. But people are, like, desperate. So, you know, no matter what we or Ranga do, people will latch on to the slightest faint of hope. I mean, I guess, since we know how the game ends, we can just tell everyone that everything is gonna be fine. Because, depending on what we do in the end game, you know, things will either end up... oh, that's the cruel ending, I guess, where we just destroy destroy all of it. That's all I'll say for now. So I do find it interesting that I'm not sure about the logistics of the one of the endings. Actually, yeah, never mind.
Good day, stranger.
Ah, you're back. Here's your remedy. Oh, you did, you really did. Afra stares at you a moment, her terror-faced and, oh, bless you, I don't know what to say, I can't thank you enough. You should know something about that potion. What do you mean? Damn it, I took the wrong option. Let's just be kind to this woman, though. It doesn't do what you think. Ranga says it'll make you feel better, but that's it. But everyone said, oh, I should have known. I've been so stupid. How could I think? Oh, I'm sorry, I wasted your time. You don't know that your child will meet the same fate. Perhaps this is the best left to chance. I expect to get paid. I got to see the ocean, so it wasn't all that bad. Should have just given her the potion and gotten paid. But I still expect to be paid, despite all the terrible things I've just said. Looks close to tears once more. She nods slowly, of course. Thank you for taking the time to go out there. And take this. Our cloak of protection. It was Hathort's. I've been holding on to it, but I think it'll do you more good. Because all I can do now is pray. Perhaps the gods will be kind. And you'll level up. I mean, I think, if I know correctly, this whole Hollowborn thing is happening in the Deerwood and like stretching out a little bit surrounding the Deerwood as well. And I think if you do one ending, then it's like, hey, it just got worse, or people I don't really remember exactly what happened, but you know. Who needs these things the best? The best. Urans.
Yeah?
Rimmergand, destroy everything, everything must die. Yeah, Rimmergand is cool like that. Doesn't destroys everything and doesn't afraid of anything either. Holy shit, I never noticed Durance's perception was that shit. No wonder Durance is so slow, his dexterity is not great. Yeah, let's level up. Level 5, baby! Fuck it, more mechanics. Ah, now it's level 3 powers. So, I kind of figure this cipher, like our cipher, should be damage. Oh, the DLC for the second game. I have not. After I finished this game like a short while ago, I started playing the second game. And I think I just burnt myself out on like that type of game. But I'm gonna continue playing through it and see what the DLC has. I know it has more stuff linked to Weidven and Aephus. So I'm looking forward to that. That sounds like fun. See, this frightens and sickens foes? Ah, that sucks. Puppet Master. Yeah, I think Puppet Master might just be one of the best spells, because dominating enemies is such a strong... it's such a disruptive and strong spell. But yeah, I don't doubt that. I heard a lot of good things about the DLC for the second game. Looking forward to it. Psychic Echo and Soul Ignition. Sounds like good couple of spells. Nice helmet there. Oh, here we go. Now we gotta make some decisions. You already have one modal. More accuracy. Vigorous defenses. Let's take vigorous defense for now. And now, on the brink of destruction. Oh, only Adair and our main character leveled up. That's Cardnua, level the cliffs. Alright, we're gonna go and explore the depths of Cardnua, but before then, I wanna make sure that we have explored everything in Easternwood. Wait a second. Whoa, whoa, wrong way. I think I've already explored Easternwood. Yes. Can you attack any character in this game? Never tried it. Well, we have the power of quick save and quick load. That's I mean, unless it does the whole Morrowind thing, where the game tells you like, oh, the strands of fate have been threaded with the death of this character. Like, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure because you do have the attack command right here. So maybe that is a possibility. These forest lurkers should be no sweat. Did you hear all those clangs? All of those failed attacks? Holy shit.
Dead on!
Itamak, in every game I've done, Itamak just bites it. I'm not sure though, because ranger companions, they have a set amount of health, like no set amount of stats and all that, and I'm not really sure what else you can do to improve their stats, like aside from the levels and all that. Did that hit? It missed. Is that the bitch?
Can't move.
Everyone starts wailing on my character. Let's use one of our third level spells.
Let's.
Come on, kill this guy. Holy shit. Okay, no, that's
I'm here.
No problem.
I guess next time we see some civilians, quote unquote, you can
Would
see
you
what
look at
the
this?
see if we can experiment with attacking anyone.
Laying low.
So this area, what the hell have I missed? I may have cleared out this area. Hang on, as I am looking for secret items. There's one down here. There's one on the dragon. And there's one by the camp tents. I remember there's some specifically really difficult to kill boars somewhere. Yeah, that's the secret. We found it. Got it. I remember when I first played through this game, I was not using stealth at all. I we found that one. So every encounter, I would just waltz into the enemies and just get smushed. And I wasn't really using the whole ambush tactics because that's a surprisingly large part of this game.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Right, I forget Itmak. I cannot forget about him. Come on, Wolf. I mean, Fox. Is it Margaret? Nah, it has to be Margaret's fork that I'm missing. Ah, saw some mud crabs the other day. Nasty creatures. So, I just saw like some news about the next Elder Scrolls, and Bethesda are saying like, don't expect the next Elder Scrolls. Oh, there they are. These boar, not, yeah, they're nasty.
Let's
And
go!
wow, Kana just fucking misses every shot. But you know, it's fine, Bethesda, just release Skyrim again and everything will be fine. That's there to lose. For a second I thought you said I fought mud crabs more handsome than you. Well, isn't there one particularly... What is the one game with like a mud crab? Is there a merchant in Skyrim where there's like a mud crab with a top hat that like sells you
Flame and sound.
really good stuff?
We'll keep to ourselves.
Or am I remembering something else? Something similar. Skyrim Remastered, unlike... yeah, you know... Unlike the other release, which was Skyrim Special Edition. I just love that. I mean, Bethesda can do that and get away with it. Though well, can they though? Because the release of the... of Fallout 76... I mean, that was not a good release for Bethesda. And that's an understatement as well. I was interested in Fallout 4, and I played that game and I like it. And I really like Skyrim and Oblivion and all of those games, but I think all the issues that Bethesda have with like their mainline games, it's Fallout 76 just like everything is at the forefront. It's buggy, unoptimized, and well, that's all I can really say. But that's the impression I've gotten from like all the reviews and all the posts and videos. All I can say is I'm not exactly interested in playing it. Was that everything? That was everything. Next is the bridge, Madma. Yeah, Fallout 76 didn't interest you. I mean, same as me. I thought like, well, at like an MMO online like Fallout game, like I'm not so sure. Nice stealth there. Oh shit, it's a high priest. But it was like, hey, it's all about execution, right? You can make a good game if you have like a very good design and all that. But Then I hear all the stories like, yo, this game is like, you cannot turn your microphone off, and it's like all the bugs and all the weird design choices that I can't remember, at least right now. Like, it all turned me off, and I just lost interest. Never really. And even though, and I do hear good things, because they keep patching it, it's like approaching No Man's Sky level of, like, they're patching it and making it better. But even then, even now, I'm not interested. Right, let's just go with the boring choices here. You can have 2 spells. Let's take an stat reduction and the magic missile.
No problem.
I guess I would just wish for... I just wish there would have been a way to play that game offline, like Fallout 76 solo. I don't particularly... I'm not a big fan of always online games. Even though it's, you know, kind of a given for games at this point. Like, you always need to be online. They always have some kind of online components. Like Doom Eternal has that. But I'm pretty sure you don't need to be online to play Doom Eternal. But it has like the whole level up system for like challenges and stuff like that. Let's see, what do we want to get for Kana? These are his chants. That's for damage reduction for slashing and all that. Yeah, I mean, I know what you're talking about. And you're like, MMOs can be nice, but usually they require a lot of time, little return, in my opinion. You do busy work for 1 hour and boom, a gear or something. Yeah. Like, I'm not really sure, because I played a lot of World of Warcraft. I really liked the Legion expansion, and then I played BFA, which you can like argue and like, well, it's more of the same. Like, you still do the same things, but you know what really changed was this: they changed a lot of skills and they removed skills because of the artifact weapons and all that. So I'm gonna take the Fox and the Farmer. That sounds like a good chant.
Huh?
But there was something about BFA that just didn't
Let's see what lies.
appeal to me. Whoa, are we even alive right now? Watch how fast this guy dies. Yeah, nice cast me. Now just lost 10 focus.
Yeah?
Probably level up everyone. Here we go. Oops. Like, Durance, again, like the models. I still think it looks okay. But Durance looks really fucked up in his artwork. Yet his 3D model is like, huh. He just looks kind of angry, and he doesn't have his face is not like scarred, and you know, you gotta use your imagination more than anything. Yeah, marked prey. Guess that's very good for damage. I want to have more. I want to have more survivability for Itamak, so let's just get that one.
Huh?
And what does the flame reveal?
I mean, our character looks appropriate. He has a flaming head. Kana just looks kind of silly. These characters look even sillier when you give them like robes or armor that doesn't seem to fit them. Oh, here are the looters. We gotta deal with. We gotta deal with it. Stress kills, Jen. Gathered around soggy timbers of ship wreckage, men and women pick through the driftwoods, snatching muddy silverware, moldy clothes, chip pottery, and anything they can spot among the detritus. All eyes turn to you as you approach. The group trade nervous stares at you until at last a woman in muddy clothes steps forward and speaks. Where are Retal and Terran? They were just up along that path and we heard fighting. Her eyes narrow and hand moves towards a knife on her belt as she anticipates your reply. Boomst. This wreckage is private property and you are looting it. And you are looting. Well, they did attack us. Because they were red and we could attack them. Kill them? See Hanman's eyes tear up before she buries her face in her hands. The men and women around her take a step back, eyeing you cautiously. So here's one of the things where it's like, oh man, we could have just not done anything and probably, you know, what have we really accomplished aside from maybe earning a few more coins? The guys up here on that little downwards path, they are hostile and they will attack you. So yeah, I mean, they attacked us because they were protecting these guys who were looting down here. So I guess they were just like, you know, it doesn't matter. We will attack anyone who comes close. I guess looting. I mean, I assume that looting is punishable by death or something very serious in this land. I mean, what were we supposed to do? Retreat? You can't retreat in this game. Amma looks up, wiping her eyes. You speak of self-defense. Well, we are defending ourselves from this storm. So here comes the moralizing. But you know, are we really that innocent though? Her voice rises and her face grows flushed with emotion. The floods took our entire farm. We have nothing left. Nothing. No food, no roof. And now, I don't even have my cousins. Whoa. She throws up her arms in despair. We don't want to fight you. We have lost enough already. Please just leave us. I came here to investigate some missing cargo. We mistook your cousins for looters. Sure. We mistook the guys that attack us for your attackers for, whatever. Looting. But this is a wreck. What value does it have? The men and women all turn to her and their faces frightened and worried. Please, we need these supplies early. The storm took everything from us. It's not our desire to steal, but we are destitute. Should we let these wares just sink to the bottom of the river? Not interested in sob stories. Regardless of what you need, you're still stealing from Peregrine. I think last time I played this, I killed them. Like all of them? Or did I? Let's just see what happens if we take number 3. I'm not interested in your sob stories. Then you leave us no choice. Can I... Wait. No. I take it back. Oh shit. Well, apparently we have no choice but to defend. So, here we go.
Brave thou shalt not believe.
There is no middle ground. There's only death or... If you loot, you're dead. If you attack me, you're certainly dead. Oh, come on, they were just a couple of cousins. We are most certainly in the right. They broke the law, we are in the right. We can Or what is this? Ferry cargo? We can take that?
Huh?
Wait, what? Alright, so we actually have to find the cargo. Because I think if we just leave them alone, they will be like, oh, well, we'll just keep on looting. And then if you go up and talk to Peregrine, she will be like, she will get mad. And but I also think she says, like, oh, well, you know, I will still do fine, whatever, I'm going back home. And so I think she's well off while these people down here are, you know, they're destitute, as they said. So let's see what Peregrine said. Oh, would these happen? Wait, whoa. What are we getting negative here? But I'm still looking into it. Please hurry. Okay. I guess Defiance Bay don't appreciate. I guess she's a. I don't remember if she's a foreigner. Let's just give her the cargo. Thank you. I was beginning to think it all sunk into the bottom. Reaches into your tomb, could hand something to you. Consider this a small token of my gratitude. Reward you properly when you visit my shop in Defiance Bay. I'm unsure why we got like minus reputation there. I mean, you know. But I agree, you never break the law. It's like Judge Dredd, you get 5 years in the slammer. Yeah, so now it's Caed Nua. It's time to explore the, a little bit of the, Endless Path.
A few repairs and this keep will be a sight to see.
Prepare for a lot of repeat dialogue from our companions about Caed Nua. About, like, reputation, I think. Because if you just are, you play your cards right, you will have positive reputation. So getting a little bit of minor reputation here and there is okay. Also, can we rest now? Yes, now we can rest without wasting any resources. Is repair this place? Oh yeah, here's the one of the cases we gotta address. Name's Neri. Begging your pardon and all, me lord, but I was hoping we could talk. Let's hit it then. So this is Dragon Age Inquisition type. So might be I got myself nicked here and there for a few unsavory deeds. My name's on posters all over Defiance Bay now. Makes it harder to walk about freely, if you get me. My thinking is, it's time for me to seek out new horizons. Deadfire Archipelago seems nice. Then I'm out of everyone's hair. Only I could use some help getting there. So you're looking for some charity, is that it? Not that I'm asking you to do this for free, mind. I picked up a couple of things here from a fellow I know. Not much good to me if I get caught. Turn yourself in. How dare you? I mean, let's just help her. We are morally gray, morally neutral. You're a good boss. I mean, Lord, what's the plan? So she wants a lot of coin. If you had also the reputation with Domino. Domino. Sure. Helios tits. Let's just give her the money. Why not? It's real generous of you. I'll get myself to the harbor right off. I won't forget this IOE one. I wonder if Neri will return in the sequel if you do this. Like you'll just find her hanging out in Deadfire somewhere. Nothing in the treasury. Like we could have done this without spending any coin, but we haven't really. We don't have any. I don't think we have enough time to like get positive reputation with Dominel. It's endurance. Who could? I think this is a good cloak for our spellcasters.
No problem.
Ocean of Power.
Hmm?
It's like my character's portrait and Kana's portrait having like a smirk off. Who can have the biggest shit-eatiest grin of them all? Kana or me? It's more like
Yes?
Kana is
Eh?
wholesome companion smile, while my character's smile is like, I revel in blood, I love to murder. But hey, as you can see, I'm a hero. Doesn't matter what I do, I'm a hero. Trust me.
Hello?
Okay, so it's
Hello?
this place again. Is this... Is that something? Who should use a crossbow?
No problem.
Pharaothus!
Ah, the music is really low. Oh shit.
Not too long.
Gang up.
But I'm
Can't get a good shot with this.
This thing isn't doing the job.
Battles are very strange without battle music. Or white battle music. Whoa, disengage. Can I change that? I guess not. What can you do for us?
Useless!
Damn it, I don't have this.
As you say.
I keep forgetting to give my chanters their chants.
Suck!
Suck! Whoa, Kana. Chill out.
Let's end this!
Our character really shouldn't be taking all these hits. But all of these enemies want a piece of my character, though.
Let's go! Yeah?
Whoa, calm down, guys. Come on, stuff. There we go.
Hmm?
Another thing, I rarely craft stuff in this game. I do upgrade items. But I rarely create food. Unless it's like I'm desperate for like stat increases. How should we do this?
Yeah!
Zip. Rock on.
Brave thou Philos
Try the paralyzing strike off.
We're kinda stuck over here.
Fuck, they're immune. Oh, they're not. Oh, they're not.
I got him!
Look at that spider. Look at him go. Oh shit. Whoa, what is Tagani doing? Did Kana? No, it's okay. So far, so good.
Keeping an eye out.
Yeah, but all these with full party engagements are so much better. It goes so much better. Perhaps I want to give good old Adair the flail and see what happens. Of course, we have Saurips. Getting close and give him a taste.
Got it.
Oh, there we go.
Let's go! Let's...
Oh, I tried to install a mod that
I'm
was
on the
like
trail.
more combat information, but it didn't work. It would have been nice to have a little bit more information about what's happening in combat. Let's see which spider. Whoa. Yeah, let's engage from down here instead.
Let's go!
Who are you targeting? Oh, fuck.
We're kinda stuck over here.
Did it just paralyze it there?
Kinda stuck
No.
over here.
What the fuck though? Everyone keeps resisting. Now resist! And again, Itabaki's just fucking dead.
Dead on!
They caramel dancing while Itamaki is lying on the floor.
Crave thou Philos Philim.
I'm starting to
Time to
appreciate
see
the
and not be
summons
seen.
of Kana. Some really cool summoning spells that he has. This gonna... Are we gonna like aggro every
Let's
creature in this
go!
list right now? I guess not.
Can't get a good shot with this.
Immediately goes for my character. Oh.
Naughty!
Damn, that's good.
That's it!
This thing isn't doing the job.
Let's go!
something is very weird with the shaders, I think.
This thing isn't doing the
A lot
job.
of the spells.
This thing isn't doing the job. This
This thing isn't doing its job. I know. I know.
That's it!
There we go. Ooh, what's this?
This won't stop me for long. There, done.
So we get XP for doing all of this. Locking doors, I mean. Disarming traps.
Let's go!
Let's go. There, make
Can't
path.
move. Let's
Shit.
go!
Yeah.
Dead on!
It's not lost on me that I keep forgetting about setting Kana's chance. Oh, wrong spell. Dude, me. Oh god, stop. I hate wasting focus. There we go. That one, and then move speed. There, that should be good.
Laying low.
Again, our DR is we really want better armor
Yeah.
for our poor character. Oh shit, there's a looter? There are looters down here? That can't be!
Varathus!
Oh fuck, there's so many. This might hurt. Now that is walking so slow because he's stealthed.
Gotcha!
Let's try to work out of this debuffing. Nice. That's actually pretty good. We got a gold pack knife. He's confused there. What else? What else is cool?
Can't get it.
Not entirely confident in that spell. Go skeleton.
That's it!
29 deflection, come on. Kill this guy.
Damn!
That was a pretty good combat encounter. But I do think it's mostly up to the AI to not attack our actual DPS voice. Let's see, who should have of intellects? I mean, obviously, Aleph should have that one. Overseeing? Aleph already has overseeing. I think Durance should have that one. This is spell range a little bit. Or whatever.
Would you look at this?
Ah. One helm and some gold. How much gold do we have anyway? almost recouped our losses from Neri. Let's see here. Okay, if we want our spellcasters to do damage, we would want more might, because I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But
Sure.
I think they do a lot of good damage anyway, so it's nothing to really worry about. So I think this encounter right here is a little bit of a ball.
Brave down here.
Kinda stuck over here.
Oh my god, yeah, there's a giant enemy spider. Just very bad.
Well then, not to alarm you.
My character
But I'm-
almost dead.
I'm mowing. Ixiana.
Holy shit. No, don't attack my character, please.
Uli.
Yes.
Yes. More magic missile.
Lava will be on seek.
Okay, that's it. That's some good stuff.
Get move.
Not
Hold on!
Shit. The hell killed him?
Dead on!
Not that easy. Oh, it's just 1 HP, baby. We get a Stellato.
Nice and quiet.
Okay, well that was concerning. Is there any more enemies up here? Oh, he's a giant hand. Should that be...
I feel sorry for whoever has to clean up this place.
Oh, come on, dear. It's not that bad. Sure, let's upgrade the towers, just so we get that resting bonus. Ooh.
Huh?
Okay, before I end the stream, I'm going to do a little bit more of a cleanup in the endless path. As the quick little run around. Dr. Freeman. I think we missed something here. Speaking of things I missed, let's look at the hidden stash guides. There is one over here.
Here we are, to think we are so close. Beneath our very feet lie the endless paths built by Ard Nua, the great Engwithan king. Well, up here this is all Adiran, of course, but should we descend far enough, we will find some real history. To
Real.
uncover that great king's tomb would be a dream. But it is one of his servants I am after, Gabranos, a powerful mage and a dedicated scholar, a keeper of lore, just as I mean to be. He was in possession of the Tanvi Oratoa, or whatever form of it preceded the one we know. I've seen it in ruins, alongside Gabranos' name, scraps of the same symbols and verses we know in Rauatai. He must have held the words in high regard. Or perhaps he was even the author.
Are you always this excitable, Kana? You're the verge of a great discovery. I wonder at your restraint. Does this book matter so much? Rauatai faces troubled times. Once we were a unified people, but that's changing, and the Tanvi Oratoa is at the heart of that. There are those who say that we haven't held to its instruction, that we allowed ourselves to grow weak and polluted our traditions by welcoming foreigners rather than laying claim to the lands around us, that we must hold to those traditions if we are to make ourselves a nation to be feared. My brothers would have it so, but we don't need to isolate ourselves to make the Rauatai great. I know there's more to the chant. It wasn't created out of sand and water 1,000 years ago, but brought to Rauatai by the Engwithans, by people that knew the value of alliances and shared their knowledge with us, and with that knowledge we made Rauatai what it is today. I can find the original, I can prove it. They'll know that the chant is far older than we believed, and that the Engwithans favored peace and the trade of knowledge. If we follow in their footsteps, we can make a kingdom just as grand and lasting as theirs. Conquest is the past of lasting civilization. Even the Engwithans must have known that. Yeah, we are aggressive. For how long? There will always be some larger army, a weak general, or run of bad luck. But if you aim to be an example to others, if your strength comes from the contribution of your neighbors, then their strength is your own. Kana grinned sheepishly. Forgive me, I spent hours trying to defend the idea to my siblings, and I don't know that I managed it. They're certainly not convinced. You sound very impressed by this Gabranos. They say he held power of the elements, but I'm more interested in his writings. He was a prolific author. I haven't been able to translate everything, but I've seen enough to know that he traveled far and wide. If only we could have met him, what wisdom he could share, but we can follow his example and strive to learn from those around us, improve upon it. You haven't actually read his writings? Well, not entirely. How could I? It's a dead language and hardly anyone has translated even a small fraction of it. Of what little I have translated, by comparing the symbols of his work, what others have found. I pieced together a phrase from the Tanvi Oratoa, clear as day. I even gave it to the keeper to check in, but she was convinced I'd written it myself. Let's start looking then.
If my sources are correct, Gabranos will have brought the text with him. It will probably be within a library, or a tomb perhaps. It tends to be one of the two. Let's be off.
Yeah?
SB oof. Also, hidden stash. More overseeing. Which we should give to Kana. Great. Let's see how far we can get in the endless path before we need to rest. And then I'm going to call it. So far, just a bunch of Saurips. Let's just reposition ourselves real quick here. Gotta kill the priest first.
Brave does.
Okay, that's good. Who are you targeting? Me. Who you think you are?
Dead on!
Actually, my guy was targeting no one. Oh shit, we should probably deal with the
Kinda stuck over here.
Dead on! Let's go!
Come on. Oh, dog! Dog! No! Oh! Who's engaged to this sour?
How may I help? This thing isn't doing...
Okay, that's good.
This thing isn't doing the job.
Okay, great.
Brave does feel
Dead. Let's keep trucking.
Let's go!
Can we kill the Sauron with one barrage? Yes, we can. What is this? Worm? Can we
Let's
kill
go!
that one with one barrage?
Brave does
No.
feel
Let's go!
Holy shit. Ooh, oh my god, Itmok just annihilated that worm. 35 damage.
Let's see what lies this way.
Yeah, I see the dead or dying Saurip. So this is one of those things. I looked this up and well, this Saurip is lying in the corner of the chamber. Its ribs show starkly beneath its scaly hide, and its breathing is labored. Each whistling breath causing obvious discomfort. Johannes squints at the creature. This one's ill. See how dull the eyes are? Examine the Saurip. You look over the creature. There's a strange discoloration on its skin in several places, but you cannot see anything that would inform you of what ails the Saurip. You can leave it alone and it will just lie there for the entire game, I'm pretty sure. You have like the option here to mercy kill it, and Saurip barely makes a sound. There's a muted wet gurgle, and then the creature lies still, blood pooling beneath the withered body. Soon enough, its eyes are glassy, empty of life. A quick death.
Yeah?
I'm pretty sure it's mostly like you can't do anything. I am certain of it. You cannot save that poor Saurip, even though it would have been cool to have him as like a companion, or like a
Let's go!
companion of the keep, sort of.
Let's go!
But so it is, and holy shit, that's a lot of Saurips.
Damn, miss!
Look at how my character was absolutely annihilated. Oh my god. There is no hope. Abounding missiles from Aleph did a lot of good work. See if rolling fireball will make any difference.
Dead on!
What?
Probably buff up.
That's it!
Oh my god, my character is in deep hurting. Kana is dead. Kana is just wrecked. Who else is gonna die though? There we go. Yeah, these ranged attackers are nasty. Sagani and Itamak can deal.
Curses!
This thing isn't doing the job.
My character's dead, isn't it? Yeah. Come on, selected. There we go. That's Itabaki's the odds.
Ready. Watcher.
Lavaru, be on sea!
It's a good bit of damage.
Indeed.
Dead on!
Are these guys resistant to frost? Works. Like we're good. Poor Aleph.
Dead on!
Shit, Aleph is getting massacred by ranged attacks. And then it stops firing.
With this one.
Yes?
I shall deal with this one.
Hey,
Oh, that encounter sucked. I was about to like reload and save the trouble of save the trouble of losing that badly, but I think it's okay. Curled against the inside of this broken shell is a tiny white shape. Only when a tiny toothed maw opens to let out a frightened squeak is it clear that this is a small worm, recently hatched. Of course we're gonna take the worm.
Margren's fire casts light in dark places.
They're not cruel. Most of them.
Would you look at this?
Ah. Will you look at this, sir? Huh? Well, yeah, we are so not ready to do much of anything. Having better armor
Would you
would
look
be,
at this?
well, would be great. Bottomwood's curse. Hope you all fucking choke. Alright, so we finally got some better armor. I was just thinking it would have been great. So this is like a breastplate. Its DR is 10. And it's pretty, aside from a little bit more recovery penalty, it is pretty good. It's already fine. We get more damage reduction. And it will serve nicely for our character. With this one, our character
Yeah?
should survive a little bit better. We could rest up. The thing I might just do, and then continue another time. Next stream. Where's our save? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. And save all of the excitement for later. I toggled that thing. But I'm not sure if it worked. But yeah. I guess I'll have to do more experimentation with that. All the White Marchers, tempting, but we don't really have the quest or the means to go there just yet. Well, that was Pillars of Eternity. More of it. Not all of it. I guess next time we'll try to do a little bit more of the paths and then just go to Defiance Bay. And just do more quests. There are tons of quests, but I think... Actually, there are a lot of quests, but I don't think there are... There might just be less than I remember. I do think a lot of the quests take longer than like they're kind of, you spend a lot of time running around, so I think that's one of the reasons why this game feels long. But I would consider that like a negative. But I'm fine with it. Like the good parts are so good that it's okay. But with all that said, see you next time, and thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.